Hi everyone! This video will teach you how to make and use Play-Doh in your classroom. Play-Doh should be in every pre-primary classroom for kids to play with. You can use it to develop children's fine motor skills by getting them to roll, push, pull, and manipulate the dough. These actions will help strengthen the small muscles in their hands, which will prepare them for writing. You can also use the Play-Doh to make objects that your students are learning in class to reinforce their language learning. It will tap into children's imagination and promote creativity. Play-Doh is quick, easy, and inexpensive to make for your classroom. To make Play-Doh, you first need to prepare your ingredients. You will need only 5 ingredients: flour, salt, oil, water, and food coloring. You can make the Play-Doh any color you like, depending on what you want kids to make. You can make Play-Doh with different colors. Of course, always use bright colors because kids love playing with anything that is brightly colored. Now, let's make Play-Doh together. The recipe we are using today does not require any cooking. It is easy to make and not very time-consuming. Of course, there are other Play-Doh recipes that do require cooking. Those recipes will make Play-Doh that will stay pliable longer. If you want to make reusable Play-Doh, you may want to consider cooking your Play-Doh. There are many recipes on the internet that you can find. However, if you just want to use it for one activity during class time, you can use this quick and easy recipe. This is the one I highly recommend. First, mix oil, water, and food coloring together. Just put a few drops of food coloring into the bowl and mix it. You can also add the food coloring later. It's up to you. Mix together the dry ingredients, the flour and salt. Then add all the ingredients together. Once the ingredients come together, you can start kneading the dough. You can always add a few drops of water if the dough is still too hard. Or if the dough is too wet, you can add a little bit more flour. Mix until the dough is pliable. Be sure to keep your dough in a container or plastic bag. It can dry out easily, so don't make it too much in advance. One way to keep the Play-Doh flexible until it is time to use is to put a damp paper towel at the top of the container. Just a simple trick that will keep your Play-Doh in good shape until you use it. Now that you've made Play-Doh, let's talk about the many ways you can use Play-Doh in your class. Kids love to manipulate the dough, so whatever you ask them to do will surely be fun. Here are some examples of ways you can teach using Play-Doh. In Level 1, students learn about the body parts on the face. It would be a fun activity to have students use Play-Doh to show the parts of the face that were learned. The parts are mouth, nose, eyes, and ears. You could use plain colored dough for the face. Or you could give them a round piece of cardboard or construction paper for the face. Then you could use any Play-Doh colors for the students to make funny faces. They could choose which colors they want to make the mouth, nose, eyes, and ears on the face. You can check comprehension by telling students to put the face parts on one by one. For example, call out mouth and help students make a mouth on their face. Like this. Then call out nose. Help them put their nose on the face. Like this. You could reinforce the numbers by calling out 2 eyes. And it would look like this. At the end, you can have students put on ears and hair. Don't forget, your little ones may not make a perfect looking face, but they will surely have fun trying. Of course, Play-Doh is great for making shapes. When you teach kids the shapes circle, square, and triangle in Level 1, Unit 6, they can use Play-Doh to try to make the shapes. Since they learned the primary colors in a previous unit, you could review blue, red, and yellow by making Play-Doh in those colors. Have students choose a shape and color. Then you can ask them what they made. What shape is it? What color is it? You could also use Play-Doh for students to be creative and make anything they like. Then they can use those objects for practice using language. For example, in Level 2, Unit 1, students learn the content concepts in, on, and under. You could let them use their Play-Doh objects to practice using these words. They can make any object they want. Then you can have them place their objects around the room and have the class describe where it is. It could be on the table, under the chair, or in the box. Maybe one student put his Play-Doh robot on the table. You could ask him, "Ali, where is your robot?" Then he would have to answer, "My robot is on the table." This use of Play-Doh encourages creativity while making something students can use to practice language in the unit. Give your learners some freedom to make what they want, and then find a way to utilize their creations in your instruction. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning how to make homemade Play-Doh. As you can see, Play-Doh is fun for kids and a great tool to use for language learning. I also hope you have fun being creative with your use of Play-Doh.